Hey all, welcome back to the Hero Homestead. It is one of those days today. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't know. Been struggling lately with life and the concept of how things are supposed to go. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I got it on a little stand here as I'm driving back from Home Depot to get stuff to fix what I broke. Yeah, that's the kind of day. But anywho, dealing with unexpected screw-ups because of unexpected things being unexpectedly where they weren't supposed to be. What do I mean by that? So, maybe I'll make a video on how to fix what I broke, but, the main issue is we're setting up, fixing up the property, and we are setting up our pool, which we took it all the way down last year because we knew this year we were going to be doing some additions and fixing up our home and our property in the backyard and all that stuff to make it better and more family, more us. And to do that, we wanted to relocate where our pool was, which it's not that hard. It's not an in-ground pool. It's not some big super metal-y thing. It's just your basic pole pool. So, but that did mean I have to prepare the ground. So for anybody who hasn't done it, you obviously have to level it. So you get out there, turn up the dirt, move it around, make sure it's level, set your space and all that. Well, where we were moving it to, the one side of the pool cuts into the grade of where the earth comes down from the edge of the foundation from the house. So there's a natural water runoff there. So we were gonna, it was starting into that. It's pretty big space anyway, so it's not like it's gonna deter the water or cause a problem, but it means the pool wouldn't be level if we just set it there. So you get there, start digging, and we have propane. Well, as it turns out, the people that laid the propane line at this house last, whenever they worked on it or adjusted it or redid it, whatever, I don't know, the line is not at all where we all thought it was. Like, most of the utilities and things that go into the house, into the basement, do not go in the place where this line is running to, which is dumb. And also it has some sort of junction point right before the house, because as it enters the house, it's not the same type, anyhow. Needless to say, I'm out there with the tractor, bobcat, backhoe, all the stuff, digging, grading the ground, and all of a sudden I hit something, and I'm like, well, what's that? And next thing I know, propane everywhere. So panic, gotta move the kids, gotta fix the massive screw up that I just created. And it made me think a few different things, actually. First off was good job to the kiddos at getting moving and getting the fire drill basically underway, because you never know what's going to happen with that. It's very dangerous. One spark, boom, everybody goes bye-bye. Nobody wants that. So where's the shutoff? Where's all this? Oh crap, there's gas everywhere, because it spewed out quite a bit, because it took me a second to realize what happened, because the tractor's pretty loud. But so running the house, all right kids, get out of the house, go hang out in the shop. And I said, well, I broke the gas line, so I need to go. And I kid you not, their instincts were spot on. They got it together, no panicking. Even little Piper, she did for a second, but I gave her the quick reminder of, hey, you power through. And but not only did they just not scramble and run out of the house, they calmly and collectively got what they needed in an instant, and they made sure all the animals got out of the house. Trinity grabbed her cat, Piper got the dogs out, and Natalie comes through the kitchen navigating the whole thing with a whole rabbit cage. It was pretty cool. Blake was already outside. We'd been working on his car, so he was just kind of manning the traffic jam of humans and animals. But it was pretty cool to see that they did this. So good job, guys. And a reminder to all of you, always be prepared. You should have a family plan in place for all emergency situations. Basic ones like evacuation. What reason? Well, if it's something that's not safe, you just need to get outside. That's how you do it. In case of fire, in case of tornado or earthquake or hurricane or whatever, depending on where you live. Those sorts of, just be prepared. Talk about it with your spouse, talk about it with your kids or your roommate or whoever, because you don't want to find yourself in the middle of a fire or a weather situation or something horrible, and you both are running around with chickens with your head's cut off type of personalities. That'd be bad. Anywho, so made me realize that, hey, good job, guys. But I really, really got frustrated with myself, and it's been a lot for me lately with that. But this was just like another thing. It was one of the first perfect days we've had in a long time here, weather-wise. So I'm trying to capitalize on the weather as much as I can and get as much done as I can, because it's like if I can knock a project that big off my list, which was doable, very doable. If this hadn't happened, I'd be filling the pool right now. But I had to stop, get all that, figure it out, understand, make sure that I can fix it the same way I would fix similar problems like a water line. You can. It happens so frequently. They have a coupler. You go to Home Depot and pick it up, and it's the same thing. Just trim it, fit it, splice it, go to town. You obviously want to make sure you do it by the book and that you're confident and capable in your skills. Otherwise, it can be very dangerous, since it is, in our case, propane or stuff like that. So, yeah, but it's a common occurrence, I guess, and it's an easy fix. So just make sure you're doing it right and not endangering yourself or your family when you do it, and you're capable of getting the job done. And then go ahead and do it. Otherwise, probably should consult a professional or call your gas company or propane company, whoever services your property. But back to the point. It's just very frustrating, the unexpected delay, the unexpected problem that I caused. There's no one else to blame. I'm the one on the tractor, I'm the one on the backhoe, and it's just one of those things that I think people don't talk about enough as guys. As there's a lot of this, we get down on people for not knowing things, especially with the generation that's coming up right now, that's getting into adulthood, just getting their families and their lives started, and all the kids under them. It's like they don't know anything. They just spend time screwing around on the computer or the iPad or their phone or blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, does that make anything better? Because I know, thankfully, like, I took the kids, dropped them off at the church where Celia's working right now, because they're getting things together for a big women's conference that they're having this weekend. Women's Warrior Conference, Milford, Ohio. Crystal Kamala is speaking. That is Dan's other daughter, Celia's sister. Celia will be participating. I can't remember what she's doing, but she's doing something. But yeah, Women's Conference, Milford, Ohio. Saturday, June, whatever this is, I'm guessing. I think it's 24th, I think. Whatever this Saturday is, you could go to it. Look up Waters of Mercy Church. All right, commercial over. So I dropped off the kids to them. That way I can get them out of my hair and not have to stress about something going horribly wrong and, all that. Plus, it's just the extra stress, and it's just... when you have something unexpected go wrong, and you have all these other things that have been weighing you down, or are a distraction, or are at the very least taking your mental focus because it's your responsibility. I mean, most people have children or family members that they're taking care of that are close by. When you have a crisis like this, and now thankfully the crisis part is over, so now it's the fix-it part. So it's like, okay, no one else is coming, I'm the man of the house, it's my job, on top of the fact that I'm the one who broke it, so it's definitely my job. But it can just be one of those things where, so thankfully Celia said, bring the kids up here, there's plenty of work to do, getting ready for the thing, and then you can get stuff squared away without stressing and worried about putting them at risk for whatever, it's gas. So, and then I can focus without, hey, how about this, or look at that, or all the stuff, kids, you're kids, that's what they are. So, but anywho, sorry, I'm so rambling. My brain's been in a million places lately, and it's just, I'm trying to really soak up the sunshine and the beautiful weather. It's kind of hard to see out there, but it's a perfect Ohio day today. Well, perfect for anywhere, really, but super perfect because Ohio doesn't get it much. So, trying to reset my brain and get things back on track, because when stuff like this happens, it is a very big punch to the gut for people like me, where it's, I'm an orderly person, and I'm a structured person, and on top of that, I'm the guy that has to make sure everything's taken care of. And if I create a problem like this, and I'm not an HVAC guy, I'm not a heating and cooling or propane or anything, I'm not that guy. So now I'm going to have to deal with something that I know nothing about. So that sucks. No guy out there wants to be like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But thank God for YouTube and family and friends that do know what they're doing. Shout out to my dad. I was able to call him real quick and be like, hey, I'm not going to destroy my house, am I? No. Thankfully, this is a common occurrence. So I guess I'm just wanting to say that it's okay to screw up. And it's okay to not beat yourself in the side of the head with a sledgehammer because you screwed up. Just take a breath, step back, handle the emergent part of it if there is one, but take a breath, step back, and just deal. Get it done. Look at what you need to do. If you don't know how, quickly, or whatever it's going to take, learn how. Be honest with yourself. Is it something you really can do? Or is it someone you're going to have to call somebody on? And I get it. Every time you have to call somebody else, like a professional, to come out and do something, that's an expense that you might not be able to handle, but I'm pretty sure it'd be easier to handle a little bit of expense, whether you have to borrow the money from somebody or whatever you got to do to get it done, than it would be that if you try to do it yourself and you end up, in my case, blowing up your whole house, because that would suck. So, yeah. Don't be so hard on yourself, fellas. Life is hard enough on its own. You don't need to help it out that way. What you can do is your best. Absolutely. All the time. So, yeah. I don't know. I just needed to vent a little bit, I guess, today. So I'm sorry that you all have been invested in this video for almost 12 minutes now, and you're like, he hasn't really said anything. Well, guess what? No, I didn't say much, but I got to talk and say hi to all you guys. And maybe as a thank you, you can come swim in my pool when I actually get it built. But it'll be a little bit, because now I got to relocate and move and fix and start over with it all. But lesson learned. Just because you think something doesn't make it right. I don't know. Point of fact for anyone who doesn't know, if you have propane, probably natural gas too, but I know at least for this one, they don't bury that stuff like they do everything else in the world. It's only about 6 inches below the surface, so be careful. Wish I would have known that. I put stakes and fence posts and all kinds of crap through that yard already, and I'm surprised I haven't hit it yet. But anywho, yeah. Okay, I guess I will get back to it. But yeah, in case you're curious or you ever do this, you make these things. It's no different than a coupler for like your water lines in your house. It's like a snake bite or shark bite, whatever they call it, kit for those, but for propane lines. Real simple, just be careful. Hopefully it works out great. But catch you on the flip side, and I'm going to get back to work and keep on going with my head up, because that's what heroes do.